Guys, today we're gonna be, let me move the mic closer. Today we're gonna be reacting to a case by Court TV. I heard about it from a friend. I didn't know about it, so I wanted to record it with you guys and watch it because I like watching true crime stuff and I like to see justice being served, you know? So if you don't know about this case, let me tell you a little bit about this case. Two Nigerian brothers arrived in the USA to face charges in a sextorting ring that led to the death of 17-year-old Jordan D. May. D. May thought he was speaking to a woman online when he sent her a sexual image of himself. That woman turned out to be one of the brothers who later threatened D. May to give them money or else the photo would be posted online. After hours of threat, that D. May died by. So, yeah, that's what's happening. Let's go.
It is great to see you on this Monday night here on Closing Arguments. I'm Julie Grant, sitting in tonight for Vinnie Politan. We begin this hour with Michigan teenager Jordan DeMay. Have you heard about this case? He tragically took his own life last year after becoming the victim of a sextortion scheme. The U.S. Attorney's Office says that sexual extortion or sextortion is a crime that can take many forms. Through various ruses and exploits, victims are lured to share.
Guys, I want to share with you, if you ever, let me just come out of it for a minute. If you ever feel like you being pressured into doing something with somebody, let it be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, just know you do not have to do that. You do not have to do that. If they say, if you love me, you'll do this for me, that they do not love you. No, they do not love you. You don't have to do something. Your partner should not tell you, say, if you love me, you would do this for me. That's not right. You shouldn't have to do it. If they ever say that, immediately just, I want to say, break up with them, but examine everything else. And if it's a red flag, get out the door. Get out the door.
Compromising images or engage in compromising conversations. In all cases, the perpetrators use embarrassment and shame with a threat of disclosure to leverage what they want. The sextortion can then cause enormous stress and crisis for victims.
Okay, I didn't know they was Nigerian. Well, I knew they was Nigerian, but I thought they was born in the U.S. Since they was extradited to the U.S.
And in May of this year, a federal grand jury indicted 3 men for their involvement in this particular scheme, as well as more than 100 others for other instances. Now, 2 of the men, brothers Samuel Ogoshi and Samson Ogoshi, have been extradited to the United States to face charges here. Our Scripps local affiliate, WXMI, has more.
Jordan was an incredible young man. He loved to play sports. He played football. He played basketball. Just a real fun-loving kid.
Jennifer Buta says her son Jordan had a smile that drew people in, and he was friends with everybody. Sadly, the 17-year-old took his life after becoming a victim of sextortion.
Guys, I cannot stress this enough. If you have an online relationship, they make sure they video call you, make sure they'll talk on the phone, make sure, even if all that, if you still have doubts, ask them to take a specific photo just to be safe. I cannot stress enough, there's so many scams, so many bad people out there that would do you harm, especially younger people. They prey on younger people. And they do it because they think you are naive. They think you won't know what to do if they get you in their clutches. Just be safe out here. I might not be able to finish this because this is working me up, but just be safe. Okay?
So Jordan began talking to an individual on Instagram in the evening of March 24th, 2022. All of the details of the conversation, we don't know. They haven't been released to us. But there was exchange of images, and then the suspects allegedly asked Jordan for money.
She says they asked him for $1,000. He sent them $300, and they asked for more money.
Jordan, at some point in the early morning hours of March 25th, 2022, said that he was going to self, and the suspects told him.
I might. It's just, guys, this is just, it really hits home. This is just, oh my goodness, a poor young life was taken because of these people, because of a scheme they did. Oh my goodness.
Go ahead and kill yourself, and if you don't, I will make you do it.
The Nigerian nationals allegedly responsible, 22-year-old Samuel Ogashi and 20-year-old Samson Ogashi, were extradited to the U.S. Saturday after being indicted for an international sexual extortion ring. The extradition proceedings of a third defendant, 19-year-old Ezekiel Roberts, is underway.
The indictment alleges that these defendants targeted more than 100 victims, both minors and adults. One of the victims in this case was 17-year-old Jordan DeMay from Marquette, Michigan, who tragically took his life as a result of this crime.
The indictment includes 4 counts, including conspiracy to sexually exploit minors, conspiracy to distribute child pornography, and conspiracy to commit stalking through the internet. Samuel Ogashi is also charged with sexual exploitation and attempted sexual exploitation of a minor resulting in death, and could face up to life in prison. Nigerian officials have separately charged 3 other individuals who they say were a part of a larger criminal scheme.
So they're being transferred to the holding facility here in Michigan. They'll be in the custody of the U.S. Marshal Service. Tomorrow they'll have an initial appearance before a judge. We'll be informed of the charges again, of the charges against them.
Then they'll go to trial, although the timeline will depend on a judge.
I am.
Well, at least there's something, because I don't know who would watch this. I don't know if anybody would watch this, but there's a lot of Nigerian scams that goes around the internet. And sadly, they do not get justice at all. That's why I was so surprised to hear this. Sadly, you got them scamming older people, desperate older people looking for love. You got them scamming other people that are just kind enough to believe their sad story. And no, don't take this as me saying, oh, the whole of Nigeria is bad. It is not. It is not. It's these individuals that choose to do this. And I chose this over watching something that involves my state, because this is the first that I've ever hearing of somebody getting their just desserts in a scam like this. And I am just so sad that it took this child to gain in himself for them to do something. When the report said it's been adults, it's been more minors, so it took all of that. I know you have to build a case, but it took all of that, and one of them ending up gaining themselves for justice to be served. And then we do not know how much time they're going to get. Hopefully they get the book thrown at them, but with our laws, with the U.S. laws, we don't know if that's gonna happen. Yeah, we just We don't know. It's just up for debate. But let's try and get through this.
I'm very, very grateful to our government, our FBI, their counterparts in Nigeria for the work that they did to make this happen and bring these individuals over here where they can, face our justice system with their charges. At the end of the day, though, none of it will bring my son back.
Jennifer is keeping her son's legacy alive with one of his favorite sayings.
One of the things that Jordan would say to people was, "I got you." So what we did is we created a logo, which is hashtag I got you in capital letters.
The logo can be found on shirts, hats, and hoodie. The money raised will go towards a scholarship fund each year at Marquette Senior High School, where Jordan used to attend. Jennifer encourages parents to talk with their kids about the reality of sextortion so that this tragedy doesn't happen to them.
Please talk about it as a family. Have a plan in place if this does happen to your child, and just keep those lines of communication open to let them know that no matter what they do, they can come to you or another trusted adult for help if they get themselves into a situation like this.
Oh, isn't this heartbreaking?
I just wanted to cover the crimes that they're being charged with, what's going to happen, and the timeline and all that. I might cover the Mississippi law enforcers case because I am from Mississippi, and what those officers did to those two black men were horrible. They tortured them, but right now it's hard just getting through this. Why I love to see justice served is just, this reminds you sometimes that humanity needs to come a longer way to being safe for everyone, not just black people, Asians, Native Americans, anybody else. Anybody needs to feel safe, and not just the people that are partially claiming they do not feel safe. Real people who do not feel safe every day. That's just all I gotta say.